speaker for today. Warm welcome to Dr. Mritunjay Chaubey, Global Vice President and Head Sustainability and Environment of UPL Limited, is also the Governing Council member of United Nations Global Compact. Dr. Mritunjay Chaubey is sustainability, environment, and water expert of international repute. He has done PhD in environmental engineering from IIT Delhi. He has nearly 25 years of professional experience in renowned multinational companies, including Pentair, Shell, Unilever, and UPL. Recently, Dr. Chaubey was elected as the Governing Council member of the United Nations Global Compact Network India. Dr. Chaubey has made a unique position in corporate world by embedding sustainability and reducing the environmental footprint of big corporates such as Pentair, Shell, Unilever, and UPL. Currently, more than 100 environmental protection sustainable technologies are successfully working in Europe, Asia, Africa, North America, and South America, designed by him. Under his leadership, UPL has reduced 40% water consumption, 21% carbon emission, and 57% waste disposal in the last 3 years. UPL is also known for its pioneering University of Sustainable Technology. Dr. Chaubey is editorial board member of renowned international journal, Research Journal of Chemistry and Environment, as well as Arab Water World. He's also the member of Bureau of Indian Standards for making BIS standards for water and wastewater treatment and environmental protection. More than 50 technical papers has been published in renowned international journals and conferences with his name. Dr. Chaubey is an author of a renowned book, Wastewater Treatment Technologies Design Considerations, published by Billy Publisher, USA. Dr. Chaubey currently is working as the Global Vice President and Head Sustainability and Environment with UPL. Recently, Dr. Chaubey is awarded with Most Influential Sustainability Leader Award, Chief Sustainability Officer of the Year Award, and Asian Sustainable Leadership Award. In March 2023, Dr. Chaubey delivered a lecture in UN Water Conference, New York. We're honored to welcome Dr. Mritunjay Chaubey to this webinar. Thank you so much for joining us today, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you and also to your viewers. And thank you to SIS Learning Exchange for inviting me for this sustainability dialogue.
Thank you. So for the next 40-45 minutes, we'll be having this interaction. So I'll be moderating the session. I'll be asking the questions. After that, there will be a short presentation, a 5 minutes presentation about our organization. Finally, we'll be taking up questions from the participants. So you can post your questions in the chat box and we'll take it up at the end of the session. So let me go into the questions. First question. So how do you define a culture of sustainability and responsibility, and why is it important for organizations to cultivate this culture?
Yes, so in sustainability, cultural transformation is very important. So for any organization, it's very important to have a cultural transformation towards sustainability and also its responsibility. And for this, I can share with you and with your viewers one example. Unilever. When I was working in Unilever, and it's not only for me, for the entire world community. If you see Unilever before 2008, and if you see Unilever after 2008, then you will find a big change in the perception of people, and not only in perception of people, a big change inside the Unilever also. And why it's happened? Because in 2008, a new CEO, Paul Polman, joined Unilever. And when Paul Polman came in Unilever, he transformed, he bring the cultural transformation towards sustainability. Means he was the first CEO who used to see that if any factory get installed or any factory, new factory comes in the Unilever, then it should be 50% more eco-efficient than the existing factory. Also, he brought several goals, target related to sustainability, and a kind of this change came, and cultural transformation which came inside the Unilever, that was seen by the world community, and a lot of things happen after that. So I feel that the cultural transformation is very important inside the organization, and more important in cultural transformation in sustainability is there should be a sense of balancing between economic dimension, social dimension, and environment dimension. Because several times we go too much either to understand economic dimension or too much social, too much environment. So that is not a sustainability. Sustainability culture means you have to balance between the economic dimension and social dimension and environment dimension, and that kind of change we need to bring inside the organization such that everyone think in this three line and how to balance it, and how to deliver it while balancing these three ESG aspects.
Thank you for sharing those insights. And it's clear that cultivating a culture of sustainability is just not a buzzword, but a fundamental shift in the mindset. So moving on to the next question, incorporating sustainability into a business strategy is a growing trend. So how can organizations align their sustainability goals with their overall business objectives?
So I think the very important aspect for this is that for any organization, they should first prioritize the SDGs. Because today we have 17 SDG. And if we are talking about our business strategy, then it's very important that your business goal and strategy get aligned with the SDG. And out of 17 SDG, first we need to prioritize that what SDGs are coming in priority for your business and whatever you are doing and delivering. So at UPL, I can give you an example. When we think to set our sustainability goal and target for our global operation, then first things we did, we prioritized the SDG. And we have prioritized 5 SDG among 17 SDG. And once we have prioritized 5 SDG, then we set our sustainability goals and target, which is fully aligned toward those 5 SDGs. So example is that our 5 priorities SDG, if you see, then first is the second SDG, zero hunger. And second, our priority SDG is SDG number 3rd, which is good health wing, good health and well-being. And third SDG is SDG number 7, affordable and clean energy. And our 4th priority SDG is SDG number 9, industrial innovation and infrastructure. So this is the 9th SDG. And 5th SDG is the SDG number 12, responsible consumption and production. So these 5 SDG we prioritize, and then we set our sustainability goal. So we set 4 sustainability goal. In that 4 sustainability goal, mainly we align toward the ESG. So if you see E part, environment dimension, then we set our sustainability goal, reduce environment footprint. And reduce environment footprint is fully aligned with SDG 7 and SDG 12. And then if you see S part, social part, then our sustainability goal is a strengthen community well-being. And if you see a strengthen community well-being, our sustainability goal, it is fully aligned with SDG 2nd and SDG number 3rd. And last is the G part, governance. There we have set 2 target and goal. So our first sustainability goal under governance is enhance food security, and second is sustainable procurement. So enhance food security and sustainable procurement, that comes under governance and fully aligned with SDG 2nd and 9. So I think this is very important. I have given one example how we did at UPL. So the summary here is that SDGs are very important. First to prioritize, then you set your sustainability goal, and also you set the target. The target should be short term, mid term, and the long term. And then it should be well communicated inside the organization. So normally we adopt under sustainability top to down drive approach. Unless until you have set a right sustainability goal and targets at top level, it's very important, very difficult to drive the organization down the line. So first prioritize it, then have the sustainability goal target in place, adopt the top to down approach. So that will be the best strategy under the sustainability.
Thanks for sharing those perspectives, sir. Maybe could you provide a few more examples of some successful sustainability initiatives that the organizations have implemented to integrate responsibility into their operations?
I think there are many examples because I am in this field from last 25 years with various organizations, right now with UPL. So I have to share several examples in sustainability, but latest I can share one with UPL. First example is that we have reduced the environment footprint. So last 3 years, if you see, in the last 3 years, we have reduced 40% water. We have reduced 57% waste. We have reduced 21% carbon. And that's happened because we set the sustainability goal to reduce the environment footprint inside our operating plant. And when we set this goal in 2019-20, then in this 3 years, you can see that excellent result achieved, and it saved approximately $45 million water bill, carbon energy bill, and the waste bill. So second example is that we have launched one sustainable sugarcane program. So sustainable sugarcane program we have launched at UPL with the aim that we have one product called Jiba, and that Jiba, if farmers use in growing the sugarcane, then they will able to reduce approximately 30% water and energy requirement inside the agricultural field. They also reduce 25% fertilizer use, and they also improve 15% yield. So that is the beauty of that sustainable sugarcane project. And the farmer can sell the sugar with the tagline green sugar. So you will find more and more market for those kind of sugar. So I think these two are the very successful project which recently we completed, and it's going on also. It's environment footprint reduction, it's going on. Sustainable sugarcane project, we want to cover more and more agricultural field under this. So it's going on, but yes, it is a successful story.
Wonderful, great. Thank you so much for sharing that example with this inspiring example. So actually balancing the triple bottom line, the environmental, social, and economic factors can be challenging. So what strategies can organizations adopt to ensure they are responsible across these dimensions?
So, if you see, can you elaborate your question more on this?
So mainly balancing all these three main dimensions, so environmental, social, and economic factors, can be a bit challenging. So what kind of strategies can the companies adopt to ensure that they are responsible across all these three dimensions? They can balance it, environmental, social, as well as economic factor.
Right. So, see, this is very important that when we set our goal and target, as well as when we adopt the sustainability a strategy inside the organization, then it's very important that it should balance these three aspects. Because if any operation you are doing or any business you are doing, then these three aspects come in picture. One is the economic aspect. So your company or your business must be profitable. Unless until you will be profitable, you cannot be sustainable. So that is a criteria under economic dimension. Also, there should be growth. Unless until there is a growth in the business, it's very, very difficult to sustain it. So that is the economic aspects. Then under social aspect, we have to see that how our business will be acceptable among community. And that is very important. Even if you are a profitable, even if you are doing a very good business, but suppose because of certain reason, community is not accepting your business and resistance is there from the community, protest is there from the community, then it's very difficult to sustain. So that is also important that in our sustainability strategy, how the community will accept, how the community perception will get changed toward you, that is important. And the third aspect is the environmental dimension. So you must have environmental compliant, and you must have eco-efficient organization. So you have to take care that the less pollution happens and the eco-efficient production happen, because we should use natural resources very responsibly. So I think all these things must be in our business strategy, and then only we will able to succeed.
Thanks, Dr. Chaubey, for sharing those insights with us. The next question is, how does a culture of sustainability contribute to long-term profitability and resilience for a business?
So I think I have given to you an example in our conversation that when we pursue sustainability, and I have given example of UPL, that how we reduce water consumption, carbon emission, waste generation. So these all are the long-term aspects. And in short term also you get benefit, but when you pursue in a long-term way, then you will see that you will achieve a lot of saving, not only the social aspect, not only environmental aspect is there, economic aspect is also there. And when you are reducing the water, when you are reducing the energy consumption, when you are reducing the waste generation, it means you are saving. A lot of saving happens out of this. So that is very important for the long term. And a part of this, second thing is that in community where you are doing the business, if you don't have a long-term strategy to think about the community, about the welfare of community, then it is very, very difficult to survive in going forward. One, two aspect I can give you. Whenever the operation happens in a factory, then I feel that today, day by day, water scarcity is increasing. And I feel that going forward in long term, water will be the major conflict between community and corporate. And unless until any organization have long-term strategy to tackle the water issue and to see that the perception among community doesn't go that we are exploiting the water resources because of our manufacturing, water is not available. So I think these kind of perceptions should not go among the community. That is also the responsibility of corporate to behave in such a way and do the work in such a way, communicate to the community in such a way that they feel that yes, this corporate or this company is behaving in a responsible way. And best way is that you must have a communication with the people. So one is the sustainability report. Nowadays, every organization is coming in public domain with sustainability report. Even at UPL also, we communicate among people in public domain with our sustainability report on annual basis. Also, your website. On website, a public disclosure should be there as much as possible. So those things are there by which we can take care of all these things, and the perception can be managed while doing the business.
Thanks for this insight, sir. So your explanation on how sustainability contributes to long-term profitability and resilience provides a compelling case for companies to invest in sustainability. So now let's explore some common challenges in our next segment.
I think one more thing I want to add into this on long term.
Yeah.
One aspect I have given about the community, but nowadays, if you see any business or any corporate, our stakeholders, investors, supplier, employee, and regulating authority. These all are the very important stakeholders of any business. And they also like that how you have embedded the sustainability or ESG. Today, if you are doing better in sustainability, or if you are embedding in a better way sustainability inside organization, then in long term it attracts the investors. In long term, it attracts the talent. It's attract the good supplier for you, sustainable supplier for you. And among regulatory bodies, the government authority who regulate, they also trust that business and organization. So I think sustainability is a single thing which required for all the stakeholders. And if you are not doing well in the sustainability, then these all are stakeholders, whether investor or supplier or regulatory body or employee, from everyone resistance will come. So I think for long term, sustainability is a very important aspect for any corporate or any organization.
Thank you. So moving on to the next question. So when the companies and the organizations transition towards sustainability, what are some common challenges that they may face, and how can these challenges be effectively overcome?
So one common challenge I can say you, resistance from the people. Means wherever inside organization, when you start driving the sustainability, then first challenge comes that you may find resistance because you are bringing change. And as we have told in the beginning that sustainability required cultural transformation. Not only cultural transformation, but also you have to bring certain technological change. You have to bring certain innovations. Whatever you are doing the business, you cannot do in the same way. So all these invite resistance from the people. So that is the one challenge, that how you can bring all these changes among your people, and how we can pursue the people that the resistance get minimized and they accept all these changes. I think this, I feel, is the biggest change for the sustainability. Another aspect is the economic aspect. Several times it happens that when you bring certain element of change for sustainability or ESG, so may it invite certain investment, and so when it's come for the cost, then also sometimes resistance comes. So I think these two are the major challenge. Otherwise, other things are very good and favorable for sustainability. And at this moment, I think good part is that the entire world community recognized climate change issue, and especially after Paris Agreement on climate change, enough awareness has come among people. And I think slowly changes are coming, and people are thinking about sustainability and ESG, and various good things are going on at this moment of time in this direction.
Yeah, thanks for highlighting those challenges. So, moving on to my next question. Measuring the impact of sustainability efforts is really complex. So, what approaches and metrics can organizations use to quantitatively and qualitatively assess their progress?
I think that is very important, because normally in sustainability, when we talk in a general term, then everyone used to talk. I don't think today any organization is saying that sustainability is bad or we should not take all the aspect of sustainability. But this is very important, that we should fix the matrix. So first part is that you must have a well-defined sustainability goal and targets. So unless until you have a well-defined sustainability goal and target, it's very difficult to move the organization to adopt toward those goal and target. But the goal and target also happens to be very broader. It's important that it should be measurable. And so why we fix the matrix, mainly KPI. So we must fix the KPI, and the KPI should be broadly, I feel that what we used to do inside UPL, that we broadly classified into three parts. One is KPI related to E, environment, KPI related to S, social, and KPI related to G, governance. And mainly, broadly, means today, if you see inside our organization, UPL, under E part, we have set 4 KPI. One is the specific water reduction. So how much water we have reduced. Second, we used to track carbon emission reduction. Third is the waste reduction. And fourth is a scope 3 emission reduction. Because our suppliers and the downstream, upstream, various activity happens, and there also emissions should get reduced. So a scope 3 emission also we have taken into our matrix, KPI matrix under E part. Then you go on social. Social, one is the safety is very important. So you can have KPI, LTIFR. Also, attrition rate, you can fix a KPI. Attrition rate should not be much more high of the organization. And under G, governance, maybe the board composition and diversity. How the board composition is, how board diversity is, and then profitability can be also one of the criteria under KPI, under economic dimension. So I think these all are the broader area where we should fix, and it's very easy to quantify this KPI. And if you are tracking this at least every quarter, you see that whether you are achieving your target and goal or no toward this goal, then I think that become very helpful. These all metrics.
Thanks, Dr. Chaubey, for sharing those valuable insights with us. Uh, Collaboration with stakeholders is quite crucial for large-scale sustainability impact. So, how organizations effectively engage with external partners, communities, and various stakeholders to drive a collective change accordingly?
I think in this direction, one important thing is the materiality assessment. When you talk about a stakeholders engagement, then first part is materiality assessment. And at UPL, what we have done, we used to organize materiality assessment at every 2 years. And there we try to seek the view of our stakeholders. So we do the survey among our suppliers, our employee, our surrounding community, regulatory bodies. So we involve all these investors. So we involve all these stakeholders, conduct one survey, and we try to find out that what all are the material issues of our company. And once we identify the material issue, then we try to address those issues and try to work upon it. And every 2 years we used to do, because today the world is very dynamic, and maybe today you have certain material issue, tomorrow may it change. Like in our operation, agrochemicals, if you look 3-4 years back, then biodiversity doesn't have a material issue. But nowadays, it has come as a material issue. So we have to think that how to tackle the biodiversity conservation issue. So I think materiality assessment is very important in this. And the second is the public disclosure. So disclosures either on our website or through sustainability report or annual report, those things are very important to engage the community.
Thank you so much for sharing those insights with us. My next question to you is regarding employee engagement. So, how can organizations involve and motivate their employees to actively participate in the sustainability initiatives?
I think there the very important is that the company's sustainability goal and target should be well communicated among the employees. So one is the top-down approach, as I told you in beginning, but communication is very important. We must have a very clear-cut sustainability vision, sustainability goal, and sustainability short-term, mid-term, long-term target. And this should be well communicated to all employees. Because unless until they will be very clear that what company wants, it's become very difficult to get it delivered. So I think communication is very important, and the more important is that your sustainability goal, targets, vision, everything should be well set in a structured way. And also, it should not only align to fulfill the profitability of company, but your sustainability goal targets must be aligned to the SDGs. It must align to the Paris Agreement, climate change, and maybe it will be better if your carbon emission targets are approved with the SBTi, because today's science-based target is a more and more company is now adopting. And at UPL, recently we get validated and approved science-based target by UN-initiated SBTi organization. So those things are important, that your sustainability goal targets should align with all this and well communicated to employee. So then there will be more buying, because then your employee will think that the company had set sustainability target goal not only to fulfill their economic aspect, but there is other aspect, environment, social, those also get aligned, and we are aligned with the world community. So it will get more buying, and more happily people will work on this, and they will love to achieve the sustainability goal and targets.
Thank you, Dr. Chaubey. So the next question is regarding how the technology and innovation can be effectively leveraged to drive sustainability efforts within industries as well as communities. So your thoughts on that?
I think technology innovation play a very important role in sustainability. Like recently, one issue comes inside the organization, and even we were also facing, when your organization is very large, multi-locational, global presence. Like at UPL, we have a global presence. More than 41 manufacturing plants are in various countries. So when you want to track all the sustainability data, then the technology play very important role. Recently, we have developed one in-house sustainability data tracker software, and that sustainability data tracker software track the information from all the 41 locations globally, and you can get n number of report from that tracker, and several permutation and combination. Similarly, when you want to achieve the sustainability goal and targets, then you must have to bring several innovative technology. Like recently, I can give you an example at UPL. When we want to reduce our water consumption, then our experience was very good with a scale band technology. When we implemented a scale band technology, then the water demand in the cooling tower get reduced. It came less than 0.5%. So more than 50% water demand get reduced in cooling tower. And you know that in manufacturing plant, 50-60% water demand happen only because of this cooling tower and utilities. So if you bring one innovative technology and your water demand get reduced 50%, then that happens to be a game changer. Similarly, we brought one volute technology for the effective sludge dewatering. Also, we implemented forward osmosis for the complex effluent treatment. So I am giving just 3-4 examples, but many more examples is there where the technology play a very important role in achieving the sustainability goal and target, and also it increases the pace by which you can achieve the sustainability goals.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chaubey, for sharing those wonderful examples. So I request participants to mute themselves.
UPL Global Vice President.
Maybe I request SLX admin team to mute the concerned participant. There will be disturbance. Yeah. So moving on to the next question. So as we look into the future, so what emerging trends do you anticipate in the theme of corporate sustainability and responsibility?
I think somebody is talking, Rajesh Kumar.
Yeah, Mr. Rajesh Kumar, yes.
Rajesh Kumar, you muted. It's disturbing everyone. Just go to your question.
Yes. So as we look into the future, what emerging trends do you anticipate in the realm of corporate sustainability and responsibility?
So emerging trend in the corporate sustainability is one emerging trend is the science-based target, that in corporate sustainability, we should set our target and get it validated by UN-initiated organization SBTi. And that's very important because nowadays, everyone is also talking about greenwash. So if you are saying that my emission is so much reduced or I have a very good target to reduce, then today, because of greenwash kind of concept, people feel that maybe whatever you are saying, it is not authentic. But the moment you get your target validated and set by science-based targets, SBTi, then people believe it because that is a credible organization. And if that organization has validated your all scope 1, scope 2, scope 3 emission, and if that organization has set target to follow the trajectory of 1.5 degrees Celsius world, then the people believe in it. So I think this is also a emerging thing. And the second emerging thing in corporate sustainability is that we should have a good sustainability report. We must have a good certification like FTSE for good certification, RC certification. So those kind of certification. And another trend is emerging about the ESG rating. So today, whether it is investor or employee or supplier, everyone try to work with those companies who are sustainable. And for this, they go on see the ESG rating. So today in public domain, Dow Jones Sustainability Index rating is available, Sustainalytics rating is available. So almost all organizations, they should try to respond to these agencies in such a way that they get the good rating. Because if your rating is not good, then people will not believe in you. So perception matter most. And especially in ESG and sustainability, perception matter most. And to manage the perception, you must have a good international sustainability rating and also the sustainability report. Nowadays, everyone try to see that what is your sustainability report, what you have mentioned in the report, what you have done in last 1 year, what you are thinking to do coming forward, what is your material issue, whether you are addressing those material issue or no. These all things get covered under sustainability.
Great. Thank you for sharing those thoughts with us, sir. My final question to you before we go into the next part of the session. For organizations which are new to sustainability journey, so what practical steps would you recommend that they take to initiate and advance their efforts?
So practical steps, as I told to you, first practical step is that you set your sustainability goal target. Second practical step is disclosure. You should be very good in disclosure, so sustainability report and also disclosure on your websites. Third practical approach is that you must have a good certification for your organization, like RC logo holder you should be, or FTSE for good certification. ISO 14001 also help a lot if you have. And then this sustainability rating, you must respond to the rating agency and get the good sustainability rating. So all these aspects are required.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Chaubey. We have a few questions from the participants too. We have a short presentation about our organization for the next 5 minutes. After that, we will ask the participants to unmute themselves and they can ask the questions. So let me just share my screen. So a very quick
So I think before going to this question answer, one also thing comes in mind right now in me when you ask practical. I think at this moment, what my experience is that for sustainability professional, skilling is very important. Today, if you see, and what my experience is that there are various people who are working in various organizations, but they may not have very good skill related to sustainability. So, a skilling of sustainability professional is a responsibility of every organization, and that is very important. And what we have done, UPL has taken one very important step in that direction. We have created UPL University of Sustainable Technology. And there we have launched one exclusive course for the experienced professional, postgraduate diploma in environment compliance and sustainability. And that course is specially designed that while working in the organization, you can re-skill toward sustainability and environmental compliance. I think Karthik, you were muted.
Hello.
Now it's okay.
Yes. Thank you. Actually, my next 5 minutes presentation is going to be about the skilling part only, what we are doing as an organization. It's good that you brought up that point. So let me share my screen. Yeah. So my screen is visible.
Yes, visible.
Let me go to the slides. Thanks. Yeah. So we are a Swiss learning exchange. Actually, we started our journey in Switzerland. We are headquartered in Switzerland in Freiburg. So way back in 2015. So we have an office in Bangalore too. And we are a startup based out of Bangalore, focusing on sustainability. This is our vision and mission. We want to help create a world where companies, governments, and individuals embrace sustainability at all levels. And we also want to make sustainability accessible, understandable, as well as actionable for both companies as well as professionals. He's our founder president, Mr. Satyadeep Rajan, was the former South Asia head of the World Economic Forum, was also a successful entrepreneur in Switzerland, institution builder, educationist, mentor, as well as an impact investor. So we have an eminent advisory board, so are currently guiding us in all our sustainability-related initiatives. We have members from diverse industries like Shailesh Haribhakti, who represents Adani Group, L&T Group, sits in the boards of those companies. We also have directors and chief sustainability officers from Swiss companies too, like Rehav, Belimo, and US Green Building Council, Mindtree, Apollo Hospitals. And we also have an academician from School of Planning and Architecture in Delhi. So these are our goals and objectives for individuals and for the companies and for the society at large. For the individuals, we're trying to teach practical sustainability skills. For the companies, we're helping them in their transition towards sustainability. More importantly, helping them to create a skilled workforce when it comes to sustainability. And for the society at large, we want to build more awareness around sustainability through our conferences, webinars, events, and all those things. So these are the 3 key focus areas of our organization currently: skills and knowledge, insights and tech solutions, networks and communities. Under skills and knowledge, we have started a sustainability-focused academy, under which we are offering some certification courses for the working professionals. Under insights and tech solutions, we help the companies in their transition towards sustainability, helping them make better sustainability-related decisions, helping them create their overall ESG sustainability strategy, and also in terms of the compliance part, in terms of sustainability reporting. The last one, networks and communities, where we are trying to unite all the like-minded voices and organizations in the sustainability space through a community called Collective for Sustainable Action. Under that, we are organizing our own conferences, industry roundtable sessions, like online webinars like these, workshops and all those things. So as I mentioned, these are the 3 main divisions of SLX: Academy, Insight Services, and Awareness. So currently we are working with these organizations, so partnerships and alliances. We are a partner to the Confederation of Indian Industry, Sustainability Education Partner. So recently we did a program for the working professionals, a certification program for the working professionals along with CII. Similarly, we are also working closely with other industry bodies like Swiss Indian Chamber of Commerce, Institute of Directors for boardroom level training, all those things. We also partnered with a recently established organization called Education Alliance for Sustainable Development, which is global body of some top universities in the world. So we are also working with some global NGOs like WWF, Oxfam, Global Alliance for Sustainable Planet, and a few other academic institutions, higher education institutions like UPES, Kirloskar Institute of Management. We have signed MOUs with them. So we're working with diverse partners from the corporate world, from the academia, also from the NGOs. So coming to some of our offerings, so we have something called a sustainability readiness program. Generally, when we talk about sustainability, people think that it's meant for people at the boardroom level or top management level or the decision makers level. But ultimately, it has to boil down to each and every individual in the organization just to cultivate a sustainability mindset among the entire workforce. So we have created the sustainability readiness program. It is 100% online, self-paced learning content, animated content. So currently, we are partnering with the companies and requesting them to include this as part of their induction program for the freshers, as well as for their existing workforce. So this has 6 courses, 40 plus assessments, and 10 plus hours of duration. These are some of the topics that are covered in the sustainability readiness program, some of the basics of sustainability. So any individual would like to get a basic level of knowledge or understanding about the evolution of sustainability as a concept. I think it will be an useful program for them. So as I mentioned, we have launched an academy. As part of the academy, we are offering some certification courses for the working professionals. They can be from any sector, from the corporate world or academia or NGOs or any other sector. These are the 5 certifications that we are currently offering. The right side, you can see Certified Associate in Sustainable Management, Sustainability Professional, Practitioner, Specialist, and Sustainability Coach. And for each of these certifications, there is a minimum eligibility. For the first one, it is minimum 2 years experience. Similarly, for next one, it is 4, 6, 8, and finally for Sustainability Coach, minimum 10 years of work experience. All these certification courses are offered in a hybrid format. The combination of self-paced learning, live online sessions, as well as in-person classes, regular in-person lectures and classes, industry lectures, guest lectures, case studies, and everything. So currently we have launched the certification courses in Bangalore because since we have in-person classes too. As of now, we have done 3 batches in Bangalore. In the near future, we are planning to expand this to other cities too, in partnership with other industry bodies and organizations. So finally, we also offer customized sustainability training programs depending on the requirements of the companies, because every industry has got different sustainability related challenges. We consult the top management of the company. We talk to the sustainability team. Based on their requirements, we customize the learning content at various levels in the organization, at the boardroom level, top management level, middle management level, freshers level, and the shop floor level. Currently, all these upskilling programs are all offered in English. Maybe in the near future, we may offer it in other languages too, vernacular medium. So in a nutshell, this is what our academy does. So I have not touched the insights and tech division, which is a separate division, and where we offer consulting services to the corporates when it comes to sustainability. So in case if anyone who's participating in this program today, if you're interested to partner with us in this customized sustainability training program, you can get in touch with us. Or if you want to enroll for the certification courses, we'll be happy to guide you through the process. So that's it from my side. Maybe we can take up the questions from the audience. If anyone has questions, maybe you can unmute yourself. You can ask the question. I think some of them have already posted the questions in the chat box, but you can unmute and ask those questions. I think we have questions from Aishwarya, Vikas Verma, Sachin Thorat. Maybe you can unmute yourself and you can please ask the questions. Otherwise, I can read the questions.
I think, yeah. If you can, Karthik, go by them one by one.
Sure. So from Aishwarya, I think this is a question. With respect to sustainability reports, so how do you know if what is disclaimed is authentic? Could you please elaborate on whether there are sustainability report consultants?
So I think there are many consultants, but as far as authenticity is concerned, there are certain guidelines to follow the sustainability report. And 2 things are very important. One is that you follow the GRI standards. So if you have followed the GRI standards, So then, yes, this report will be in a structured way. And second important aspect is that it should be with third-party assurance. So there nowadays, many more companies are in the market who are authorized to provide the third-party assurance. Like at UPL, we follow the GRIS standard, and our third-party assurance provider is KPMG. So KPMG used to provide the third-party assurance.
The next question is from Mr. Vikash Verma. So what KPIs we should take as part of governance beyond mandatory disclosures to increase the score?
So I think in governance, the main KPI is regarding the board composition, diversity, and how effectively it's communicate the sustainability goal target, and how the sustainability committee is at board level. Because these things are very important. Then in governance, profitability is also one aspect that should be also covered, because if company is not a profitable, then it will be not sustainable.
And next question is from Mr. Sachin Thorat. How the scope 3 emissions from downstream activities, products sold, are measured in UPL reduce carbon dioxide emissions drastically before 2030?
So a scope 3 emission are those emission which is not directly associated inside our plant. So mainly if you see UPL, then most of our scope 3 emission is because of raw material suppliers. So whatever material we use to take as a raw material to manufacture our product, we try to calculate those emissions. So the emission happens at supplier end. That happens to be a measure for the scope 3 emissions. A part of this, it also include, if you see total 15 kind of emissions happen, which comes under a scope 3 category. But broadly, one is the purchase good and services. So their raw material also comes. And also when our product get distributed, so through distribution network emissions happen. So downstream and the upstream, whatever the logistic is, business travel including, so those things comes under a scope 3 emission.
Okay. I think Shubhada Darwarkar has raised her hand. Yeah, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you, Karthik. Dr. Chaubey, firstly, thank you so much for this very well-crafted, articulated, introduction to sustainability. But my question is, most of the organizations that are fairly established or large organizations have embedded it and have a sustainability roadmap drawn up. But what about startups? Because there are a number of startups springing everywhere, particularly in India. And most of them are in the space of technology. So how can they, kind of draw up the sustainability roadmap, and at what stage? Because many of them are at the initial stage of angel investors having, funded. Then they go on to the next level. So at what level should they be thinking seriously about embedding sustainability in their business strategy?
So I feel that the sustainability strategy should be started from the beginning stage. It doesn't mean that only large corporates should do and think. And actually, if you see the quantity term, then there are so many small scale, medium scale startups, and if you see their emissions are even more than what the large corporate associated is. So sustainability is for everyone, and it is the responsibility of each and every individual, a small company, big company, medium company, to embed the sustainability. Only thing is that the large corporate, they happens to be a dedicated department, a skilled sustainability professionals. So they run in a professional way. And these small corporate, especially startup or a small scale, they don't have so much expertise, so they happens to be confused that what to do. But I think enough awareness has come in market right now, and they should also try to do, because eco-efficient operation, that's required from everyone, whether small or big or medium. And when you are doing your eco-efficient operation, then it is for the profitability and it is for the growth of your business. So it's required everywhere, I feel.
Thank you, Dr. Chaubey. One last question. It's more of an inquiry than a question. I mean, I know it's we are short of time, but I really wish we could have touched upon the aspect of circular economy, because that seems to be an area where a lot of awareness is happening, a lot of interest is being directed. So if you can touch upon it in a sentence or two, I know it's difficult.
No, you are right. I think circular economy is very important. And in one, two line, I can say only that what we have talked about, the water reduction, waste reduction, carbon emission reduction, this cannot be achieved without circular economy. So circular economy means first you think about the water. So there, whatever wastewater you are generating, you treat well and then again reuse, recycle. Similarly, the waste, whatever you are generating, that if you can again reuse, reutilize. And in plastic, we able to see that a lot of plastic get wasted. So if that can be collected and reused, recycled. So I think circular economy play very important role in sustainability. Without circular economy, we cannot think of sustainability. And this is an aspect which need to be incorporated in every business, every aspects.
Thank you, Dr. Chaubey. Thank you, Karthik.
Thank you.
Mr. Karthik, can I ask one question quickly?
Yeah. Please go
on. Good evening, Mr. Chaubey. It was very interesting to hear you and listen about what your company is doing. I'm a professor in this area and CSR. So I have one question. We have this 2% profit of, that needs to be implemented. What is your opinion? Do you think it really integrates CSR into the organization, or is it being used, as a facade for not doing many things? I just want your personal opinion on this 2% profit that goes into CSR. Thank you so much.
All right. So see, that is a mandatory obligation of any company. This is the regulation, so 2%. But I think some of the good work has been done out of CSR. We cannot deny, and it's visible also. But at the same time, there is also greenwash, and there is a lot of criticism also that how companies are doing certain different thing, and then they are saying that it is a CSR activity. So misutilization of budget is also reported in the. So I think, but the good work is also there, and I can say only that this is a very good concept, social responsibility, and if anyone is not doing on its own, so at least because of this mandatory requirement, at least 2% they are doing, and it is a very important of sustainability, because as I told you that there are 3 dimensions. One is economic, another is social, another is governance. So under social aspect, this help a lot.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. I think Ms. Aishwarya has a question. Please raise her hand.
Yes. First of all, Dr. Chaubey ji and Karthik, thank you so much. This was a really, really quick, nice, good session. My question is related to actually a lot of waste management. I understand UPL is more on seeds and technology, but there are a lot of companies which are in the product space, and there's tremendous amounts of waste that is being generated, and then there is a lot of counterbalancing that they do in other areas, because it's such a large sustainability, such a large umbrella. So how can we try and instead of sort of doing some kind of offsetting, is there any way, because in India it's highly disorganized, I mean, waste management is a huge issue. What are your thoughts on this?
I think at UPL, our thought is very clear that the waste management is our responsibility. If any company generating waste, then we try to see two aspects. One is that you see that your waste generation itself go down. And at UPL, we have given a stringent target to our operation. That like right now, the target is that from 2020 baseline, by 2025, means in 5-year time, UPL have to reduce 25% waste generation. But you will be surprised that from 20 to 25, still 2 years is left. But if you see sustainability report, then it's showing 57% reduction in waste. So our target was 25% reduction in 5 years, but in 3 years itself, we have achieved 57% reduction. So you can see that how we are working on those. And the important aspect, my experience is this, that the waste segregation helps a lot, because the moment you start segregating the waste, then you can very easily utilize and reuse. Normally, when you don't segregate and everything comes at one place, then only it's become for disposal, and disposal pose a lot of things. Only you have to one thing that sent to the landfill site. And on secured landfill sites, day by day load is coming. So we have taken target. This is a short term that by 25 we will reduce so much. But our long-term target is that we will achieve zero waste to landfill. So we are committed that in long run, we will achieve zero waste to landfill.
And what about packaging and other sort of plastic materials, what about that?
So there we are doing a lot of work. One is that we try to means decrease our plastic consumption, so as much as possible. But there are certain area where plastic get used, and we must understand that plastic have certain advantage also. Because if you see lesser weight and several advantages also there, we should not criticize just that, okay, it's plastic, so criticize. So we are trying to reduce its uses as much as possible, but still we are using, but whatever we are using, as a responsible company, the same amount or more than that, we get collected from the market, and we are doing the reuse and reutilization of the plastic. So today, whatever quantity we are using multi-layer plastic, the same amount we get collected with certain agencies, and we ensure that more than that get collected and reused and reutilized. So those things we are taking.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dr. Chaubey. Maybe the final question, I think, from Dishant. He says, sustainability is a fast-growing job. I'm planning to do my master's in Germany in sustainability. So as per your opinion, is it a good decision?
Yes, it is a good decision. But only thing is that when you will pursue in Germany, remember that you must have either no German language or you have to do course, because basic German awareness is required, and that became one issue while pursuing the education in Germany.
Great.
Otherwise, universities are very good, and in sustainability, a lot of good courses, good universities are there. So those things are very good in Germany.
I think Mr. Avinash Sharma has raised his hand. Maybe this can be the last question. Yeah, please go ahead, Mr. Avinash. Hello.
One second, sir. Yeah, sir, I want to ask you that initially a guideline is produced for ESG ratings platform by our means bodies. But what do you think that a universal international guideline is to be there for ESG ratings? I think so, because everyone, every platform has a different criteria as to give the rating to an organization. So organization has actually we had as a sustainability professional, you know the challenges, whatever the challenges you came from the management and capex opex, you need to manage multiple things. So when a common guideline on ESG ratings internationally happened, then it is easy to means perform by industry, because every rating agency is giving a rating on the different criteria. So somehow that will be also create a extra pressure on the cap, you can say investment in ESG. It's my point of view. So what do you think about this?
So I think that, see, the industry or corporate should not bothered how the rating process will be. Actually, any kind of rating, whether international rating, right now you see DJSI or Sustainalytics from Netherlands, CDP from UK, FTSE Russell, these are the prominent rating agency. They all rate on the same dimension. They used to see the environment aspect, social aspect, governance aspect, and based upon that they rate. And you will find that if you have a very good score with one agency, you will not find the bad with the others. More or less, everyone fall in the line. My experience at UPL is when we get rated top among agrochemicals by Dow Jones Sustainability Index, then Sustainalytics also rated us top. If you see our FTSE score, that also at top. Now coming to your second question, that right now one rating notification came from SEBI.
Yeah.
So SEBI has notified it. That is for India context. Because in India, very few companies used to participate in rating process, and very few companies have good rating. So they have notified a very minimum criteria that, okay, let's have certain things in India and try to see. It is to motivate the companies to follow the sustainable practices and incorporate the sustainability, and you must have a good ESG rating. That kind of motivation will come, and with that aim SEBI has brought. It is a very good exercise, and going forward a lot of amendment will come in those things. Finally they will get aligned with the international rating agencies.
Thank you, doctor. It's very nice to hear that.
Thanks, Mr. Avinash. So I think we're coming to the end of the session. Thank you so much, Dr. Chaubey, for taking your time, for coming here, for sharing your insights. We look forward to your continued support and participation in all our initiatives. Next year, actually, we are doing a global conference on sustainability in Bangalore. Sustainability Global Impact Conference, one-day event where we're inviting thought leaders from diverse sectors, from the industry, from the government, from NGOs, from all sectors, from even United Nations. So we'll keep you posted on February 23rd, 2024 in Bangalore. So we'll share the details with you. We'll continue to do more such sessions in the near future. Mostly it happens on a Friday. We try to keep it every Friday, not at least on alternate Fridays, by inviting industry leaders and thought leaders to share their perspectives about various aspects of sustainability. So thank all the delegates for participating today. In case if you have any questions, we can take it offline and share it with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
More time. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Chaubey.
Thank you, Dr. Chaubey. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, have a great weekend.
Bye.
Thank you, SLX.
Thank
Karthik,
you.
Dr.
Thank
Chaubey.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.